Hey everyone, I'm Mackayla, and today we're welcoming Smith to the soundtrack of our lives. We're really glad to have you here, Smith, and to talk about your new song, Lobby.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so your new track, Lobby, delves into some darker themes. What kind of inspired this shift in tone from your previous releases?
This song is like the topic matter for me, like emotionality behind a song is what like leads the song to sound like it does. So like that's what I had written in that emotion. So I kind of like carried it through to the song. I didn't necessarily think too much about like if it was changing a sounder or anything like that. It
Hmm.
sort of just fit the emotions of the topic.
That makes sense. And so it also kind of reflects on, self-reflection and forgiveness. How important is it for you to infuse personal experiences and emotion into your music?
Well, for me, it's like the only reason I do it.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I can't imagine a world where that wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
So, like, for me to do music for myself, I have to have lived it myself. Like, that has to be something I actually experienced.
Hmm.
Now, for me to write for other people, I really enjoy doing, I can sort of tap into some, emotion of that or someplace I've been in terms of that feeling
Hmm.
and write for other people. But for myself, it has to be something that I've been in, you
Yeah, that
know.
makes sense. Guess it's harder to write for
Yeah.
things you haven't experienced.
Yeah, like especially for yourself to, translate to people because I
Hmm.
think what people will do, whether you wrote a song or not, if you connect to it, that's what people connect to you,
Hmm.
like your translation of that song. So, for me, I have to connect to it. I have to have lived it. That doesn't mean like I can't connect to something I'm writing for somebody else, but they're the ones that have to deeply connect to it to
Hmm.
translate it to the listener. So yeah, like I get to do both, is pretty awesome.
Yeah. So when you're writing for yourself, how do you navigate the balance between being vulnerable in your music and then maintaining privacy in the lyrics?
That's a really good question because it's something I definitely have struggled with in the past. Like when I was sort of first starting out, I was really, I would like hide so much in the lyrics that by the time I finished writing it, I didn't really know what it was about anymore. You know what I mean? I used so many like metaphors and tried to be so clever with it that I was like, wait, what am I saying? Um, and
Yeah.
now I try to make that be the place I am most vulnerable is in the lyrics
Okay.
and in the storytelling. So like it does still feel pretty vulnerable to me, but it's honest. And if I can stand behind it with that, then that's really all that matters.
You just mentioned like collaborating with other artists. So how has collaborating with people changed how you write for yourself?
I'm sure it's always affecting me because you're singing, different melodies. You're thinking of the song in a different kind of way, or the beat in a different kind of way. You're thinking of the story in a different kind of way. So it's challenging your mind, like mind Sudoku or something like where it's making your mind sharper and better
Mm-hmm.
as a songwriter. And then I think when you're better as a songwriter in general, those skills will translate to your own music. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so, it kind of just, I think they work together to sharpen each other.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you have any like things that you can remember specifically that you've taken from those experiences and put into your own music?
But yeah, like, I guess probably like seeing how other people create is
Hmm.
something that I think is really cool. So, like, say one day I'm working with somebody and they're coming at a song from a perspective like just let's say to make it easy the bass line,
Hmm.
maybe I wouldn't have come at it from that place or starting there.
Right.
So sometimes like it can encourage you to like approach songwriting in different ways, which has turned into a lot of different types of songs for me, which is awesome. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, so I feel like anytime you can collaborate with people, like it's like you get little new pathways and
Yeah.
roads and back roads and things where you're like, okay, like I'm learning all the time from these people. So and then just learning in general how to collaborate, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? And how to leave the ego out of it as much as you can, you know what I mean? And be focused on the actual art itself being right.
Yeah, that makes
So,
sense. I feel like that's got to be hard.
yeah, it's fun. It's super fun though. Like I will say, like I love every minute of the challenge of being able to jump around and do different things is really awesome.
That's really cool. I'm glad that you like it because that's important to like it.
Right? I feel like I feel lucky to get to like what I do, because that's not true for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, so that in itself is pretty amazing, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. So, how do you draw from the music that you've listened to growing up? Because everybody has those artists that they, followed when they were younger. And then how do you draw from that, but also like pushing boundaries in your own music?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, first of all, I think that all the music I've listened to via musical osmosis has like soaked into over the years. It's so hardcore, like that I sometimes to myself, like, was that me? That just is that my melody? Wait, have I heard that somewhere? Like where you're just so immersed. It's been a huge part of my life, my entire life. I don't, really ever remember it not being. And as far as like boundaries, like I think that like what's been able to push most of my boundaries is the freedom to be able to create through technology without needing permission. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, so I think like that's the boundary that the music I loved growing up and even maybe 10 years ago was a little bit couldn't set that boundary because it wasn't afforded them. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, but in my case it is, and I feel really lucky to be able to have that control, because I feel like that allows me to do whatever I want musically.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, because you do a lot of your own mixing and producing by yourself, you're very much a DIY artist. What challenges have you faced, and then how has that kind of shaped how you have approached them moving forward?
Well, at first it was like learning a lot. There's a lot of learning. I'm not like I track, I do a lot of stuff on my own, but then I'll work with engineers, other producers, sometimes coders that are better engineering, basically,
Hmm.
like to get it to sound like, because like my goal is like is in the creation of it, but like there's a constant learning aspect that I'm
Hmm.
that I'm involved in, that like I feel like I'm learning every day, and it's really exciting. Like it's awesome because there's kind of no end to it, with the more technology grows and changes, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, is there something that you haven't learned how to do that you want to learn?
Um, I don't know. Not, I mean, probably there's probably a lot of things, like maybe, I guess maybe being a little more of a proficient engineer, but that's not like really at the top of my list. Like, cause like, I feel like what I'm interested in is producing a song, creating a song, writing a song.
Hmm.
And I'm getting to do that right now. Like, I guess getting even better at that, whatever that looks like,
Yeah.
is a goal always of mine, is to I need to get better as a songwriter and
Yeah.
as a producer.
I think there's something you can always be learning about that. So,
Yeah, for sure. And there's so much, like there's other things I do, like on this, like music videos and like and stuff, and so like there's so much to learn every day.
hmm.
Really,
Yeah, you can just
every
learn for
day.
the rest of your life.
I could learn for the rest of my life and not know anything about the rest of the world at the same time. So that's not necessarily a good thing. But there has to be a balance. But
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your creative process when it comes to making new songs?
Yeah, sure. Usually they stem from like an emotion, something that happens. Sometimes it takes me a while, like the song Hobby that just came out. Like that's something that happened a while ago in my life, and it took me a while to process it and be ready to write about it. So sometimes, it's just thinking about something like that, reading something. Sometimes it's something that's happening in the moment. And sometimes it comes out with lyrics first. I might write almost like poetry,
Hmm.
and then turn that into a song. Or sometimes I'll do the same musically. I have a lot of songs created that have no vocals, no melody, they're just musical songs, they're just
Hmm.
beats, so sometimes it can come up kinds of ways, but generally like the main motivator is things that are happening.
Okay. How do you navigate when your kind of creative juices have stopped flowing? What do you do to kind of bring it back?
I keep keep working. I really do like, because I do, I'll keep going in there into my little studio in my house and I just make new stuff. And I have so much stuff already there as well, which is a nice net to know that you have like a whole bunch of songs already written that are unreleased. So that's kind of nice for myself and for other people. But, like truthfully, like I just keep working. Like I
Hmm.
guess that's the best way I can possibly get through it, or let life teach me what it needs to teach in that moment so that I can keep working. Like
Yeah.
because I'm also very protective of that spirit, of the creative spirit. Like
Hmm.
I don't want to scare it away. So that's why I don't really approach any song like wanting it to be anything
Okay.
specific, because I feel like the second I start telling, the gods of music what to do, they're going to slap me down. So like so I also protect that energy as much as I can, like in my
Yeah,
personal life and otherwise.
for sure. So I know that your career has included moments of stepping away from the music business. How have those periods of reflection and hiatuses impacted your creative process?
Well, I think I have a lot more clarity, gratitude, and respect for it, for stepping away, and a lot more understanding of what I'm capable of and can and can't do. So the stepping away was good. Actually, when I did, I didn't think I would even come back to it, but it was like songs kept coming and music just wouldn't leave me alone. Didn't really feel I had a choice, you know what I mean? And then now I just like feel so lucky to get to make music with my life. It's
Hmm.
such, to me, that's such an honor that like, like I'm just enjoying right now at this stage. Like I just enjoy the creative process and this is
Yeah.
great.
It's important to enjoy the creative process, otherwise, making music is no fun.
Exactly. Exactly. You have to enjoy it and be, like in a moment, in a vibe or a
Yeah.
feeling, you know?
So, what are some key lessons you've learned throughout your career as an artist, particularly in terms of resilience and staying true to your vision?
I think you just said it. You have to be resilient and stay true to your vision. You answered yourself. I mean, because I think it's really important. What I like to see out of this is like an authenticity, and
Hmm.
I think that's what people connect to, is vulnerability and being honest, and or creating a feeling for them. So as long as you're doing that, like I mean, and you're staying, like you said, like true to yourself. I think
Hmm.
that's a really important thing to do, is if you like it, that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because if
Hmm.
you like it, people will probably like it too, and if they don't, maybe you should reconsider.
Hmm. Do you have any tips or tricks for people that are struggling with that?
Yeah, I would say like struggling, you mean like struggling with which part of it?
Just kind of knowing how to like stay true to themselves and their vision.
Okay, that's a good question, because I've really struggled with that too. I think again, like, letting the songs tell you what to do, I think is really good. Doing what you really love is really important. Like I really think that like you love the music you're making. You have to be okay with standing behind what you're saying for years. You know what I mean? In years. So I like just to do what you love. Like
Hmm.
keep making music you love, and you will get better and better at it. I
Yeah,
really believe that. If you love it, people will love it.
that's beautiful. Very good advice.
Oh, that's sweet. Thanks.
How do you view the role of social media platforms in shaping the music industry, and how has it impacted your career?
I think it's really cool because I think it gives like this and all kinds of artists, from film to music to whomever. Like I feel like it gives them the freedom to have their own voice in moments, which is really cool, and set their own narrative, which is awesome. It scares me, so I stay like I kind of stay away from it,
Hmm.
because again, that goes back to like protecting the music. Like that's the most important thing for me. So if I see
Yeah.
anything from personally that will be too much for me, or I feel like will impact how I view the songs, whether or not I want to take a risk, I stay away from it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like that's
Yeah.
me personally, but I think it's a cool like medium, and I think it can be awesome for artists,
Yeah,
really.
definitely. I think you're right. There is that scary aspect of it, of people just getting sucked into the world of making the music that everyone will like because they pay attention to that, whether it's, TikTok or Instagram, they're just following the likes.
That's exactly right. Like I think that I may be too weak for that. I think I may be like, oh, I need to follow the likes. So I just decided to like stay away.
But it's good that you have that insight about yourself that you know to stay away.
Yeah. It's like, again, I'm just like a mama bear that's protecting a hub of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I'm just like, wait, I gotta protect that, because it's like, at the end of the day, the music's my life raft.
Yeah.
That's what is going to always keep me alive. So I can't focus on those other things. Like, but if
Hmm.
you can do both, great for you. I respect artists that can do. I think that's amazing. Like, I,
Yeah.
I wish I could do. I wish I could be vulnerable and brave enough to do both. I think
Hmm.
it's amazing when you can.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you approach experimenting with different genres while still maintaining your distinct sound?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I guess maybe there's something about what I sing, or the way, sometimes phrasing. I think every artist does that, like the way they hold something. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I can kind of carry that from one thing to another, because I don't think too much about genre, or like, I'm never like, oh, this is that's we is a rock kick on us, like,
Hmm.
I don't think in that world. I pick the one I like,
Okay.
and whatever genre that fits into, great. Like, and then I let the song lead, the emotion of the song lead, and then that it being what it is. And I don't think much beyond that. Like, honest,
Hmm.
I probably should. You're giving me some good advice right
Well, maybe next time you can answer that question. We can start with that.
now. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you hope your music resonates with listeners? And then especially how they relate to the themes that come up in your music.
I mostly hope what I get from music, so this is what I hope other people get, is like that they connect to it and it helps them, whether that be something that they need to revisit from a sad place, or something that they want to feel happy, whatever that is. Like, I just hope that it makes them feel something, and that they enjoy that feeling, and that they want to be in that feeling. And
Hmm.
because that's what songs do for me. That's what they've always done for me. They give me life. And other people's songs, I'm not talking about my own. I'm talking about other people's music,
Hmm.
other artists, that I listen to. So I always like try to give what I want as a listener. You know
That
what
makes
I mean?
sense.
Like,
Yeah.
that's how I look at it. So if I'm like, I as a listener would be bored here with myself, I've just moaned on, or I've done this, or whatever, or I haven't given them an ear break, or whatever it may be. Like, I think of it when I'm even in there for myself, I'm producing myself, I'm thinking of it like, as like, do you need to make this more interesting, or
Hmm.
whatever it may be, so I want those same things that they want.
Yeah. So going off of that a little bit, how do you choose which songs to release and then when?
I guess it's just like what most excites me at that moment. Like,
Okay.
I'll have a feeling of something, like Lobby, for example, has been seen in my on my computer for, I want to say, like, it's been like 4 years or something. I mean, it's been there for a while, but it just felt right. Like, I was just felt in the place. I was ready to work on it and release it emotionally. It was, I don't know what triggered it. It just did. So it just depends, like, kind of what's going on in my world.
Hmm. How do you see your music evolving in the future?
I hope to make a lot more. I would love to do some shows at some point and connect with fans, or connect with listeners, I should say. And I don't know, like, musically, I'm not really sure. Like, I hope that every song I release, like, that I'm super excited about,
Hmm.
and the second I'm not, I won't do it. You
Right.
know what
That
I
makes
mean? Like,
sense.
so far, everything I release, I'm excited about. So, like, I can stand behind it. I'm there. But the second that happens, that changes. I think that'll change for me.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Should always like what you're releasing.
It's important.
Yeah. Do you have any genres or styles that you want to try that you haven't yet?
I feel like no, not really. I mean, like I feel like a little bit of every genre within all of my songs
Hmm.
in my head. Now, maybe not in other people, and that's okay. That's all right. But for me, like there's always aspects of that. So like, I don't really think of it like that. I guess it'll just be what's happening at the moment and what I feel like it needs to be. I can't really. I don't know. I don't really of it in those terms. I guess I just think whatever songs come will come, and whatever they say, they'll sound like. Wow, these are great answers. You should have me on all the time.
But they're your answers.
Yes,
So
yes,
it relates
I
to
have
your
to own these.
process.
Michaela, I have to say this. These are my these non-answers are my answers. There you go.
Yeah. But it's like it's your experience, which makes it unique.
Oh, that's sweet. You're sweet.
Thank you. Yeah, so Run and Pathetic are still charting in a different couple of different places. So how do you feel about the longevity of these tracks? And then what do you think contributes to their continued success?
Yeah, like I think it's so cool. I don't know what contributes to it. Like like I just had my manager tell me that like Lemon was is being played a lot again, and I was like, oh, maybe it's because it's summer, like it's
Hmm.
kind of a summery song. So like it's hard to tell like why people like catch on to things when they do. I'm not
Yeah.
really sure, but I'm grateful that they're listening. So yay, thank you.
Yeah, how has your relationship with the songs changed since you've put them out?
Probably exactly the same. Like I would say, I mean, of course, as every artist does, I'm sure we listen back and you go, oh, I've learned a lot since I released, whatever
Hmm.
Stain, maybe, production or whatever it may be. But I'm really excited about that, what you just asked me, because I feel just as connected to the songs as I did when I made them and when I wrote them.
Hmm.
And the only thing I haven't been able to do is like share those with people,
Right.
face to face, which would be cool. But beyond that, like feel just as excited about them now as I ever have, really.
That's good. Guess it'd be kind of bad if you got bored of them.
Yeah. I mean, not saying that's not possible.
Right.
I definitely get bored of them by the end of working on them for
Oh,
sure.
I'm
Because,
sure.
you've heard it over and over and you're like, oh my gosh, if I hear this song again, like I'm going to bang my head against the wall. Like those moments, but like overall, like, but to be fair, like I don't know how other artists are, but I know some. But
Hmm.
for me, I don't listen to myself. Like I don't
Yeah.
walk around ever. So if I haven't heard a lot of these songs in a long time, so I don't, I mean, they're not in my, like, I'm working on something else already.
Hmm.
So I'm not really thinking about them more like after that. But
No, I
when
get
I
that.
do, they're cool. I still like them.
Yeah, no, my
Yeah.
friend asked me the other day why I don't listen to my podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I did the interview.
I did it.
I
Yeah.
edited the audio. I listened to it through like 3 times fully. I think I'm all set.
Yeah. You're like, I know it. I have heard it.
Right. It's the
I
same
get
thing.
it. Right.
Like,
Same thing. It's like you get it. And then
yeah.
you're going to start judging things you probably shouldn't
And I
if you
listened to it. I'm
listen
like,
to
oh,
too
I don't like
much.
how, yeah, I don't like how I worded that. Or why did I say it this way?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Oh my gosh. I do the same thing. I do the same thing. So I'm like, it's better, listen to it sometimes when I
Yeah.
need to.
Yeah. Because then you can just live in the fact that you really like it and you never have to
Right.
think about it again.
Exactly. You're like, that was amazing. That was great. Like, what are you talking about? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the world I live in. It's called delusion and it's lovely.
Yeah. So, how involved in your music videos, how involved in the like conceptualization and production of those are you?
Well, I did all of the ones that are out. Like
Hmm.
I edited them and made them. And that's something I've been doing for another artist named Sammy Thompson, who we just finished her album, but I've done several music videos for her, like directed them and
Hmm.
edited them. So I'm pretty involved in that. I would like to do some better videos, some more, real life videos for the
Hmm.
songs. So that's something like in working stages right now for
Oh,
sure.
cool. Yeah. So, in working with, you said Sammy Thompson on her music videos, has it impacted the way you think about the music videos you've created for yourself?
It makes me think I should create some real ones for myself when I'm like, because I'm like I'll be working so hard on hers and they look like we have this one coming out pretty soon here that is just beautiful. I'm not editing this one. I mean, I'm in there, but I'm not
Hmm.
editing this video. I just, but it makes me want to do them, but I feel like it's great because what I'm doing is I'm not ever in a rush for myself for
Right.
anything. Like, so what I get to do is learn. So I'm learning now, like I'm directing these, I'm learning how all of this works. So then when I go to do one, whether I'm in it, whether I'm not, however I do that, it will be good. Hopefully. You know what I mean? Like I will have gathered that knowledge and take it
Hmm.
into that experience. So,
Yeah.
so that's kind of like, I'll know when it's like time.
Hmm. Makes sense. Yeah, so you've produced a considerable amount of music, but I noticed a lot of them are released as singles. So do you prefer the freedom of releasing them as singles, or are you planning on eventually releasing an album in the future?
I mean, I would like to release an album because I think it, that feels, I don't know, cohesive and kind of like, I don't know, it's like a one thing, which is kind of nice. So I would like to do that in the future. And I definitely have enough like material and time to do that. But I'm okay. At first, I wasn't sure that I was even going to like we talked, like I took a break and I
Hmm.
wasn't really sure if I was gonna do music again. So when I
Right.
started making songs again and creating them myself, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna make them, but I'm not gonna release them.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we can release them, but we can release one. And like,
Yeah.
so it kind of is like almost like me, like I'm just like trying to get used to the idea of like being vulnerable and open. And I
Hmm.
think I've gotten better and better at it. So that's something I'll probably like for sure look at
Yeah.
in the future as well. So I think it's a
Hmm.
great idea.
So looking ahead, what can fans expect from you?
Hopefully all those things. Hopefully I'm hoping to do shows. I would, show they'll probably be like some kind of show here sometime soon, and there'll probably be a real video, like a, you know, one that I didn't just cut together.
Hmm.
Um, out at some point here pretty soon. And then I just produced Sammy Thompson and wrote all the songs on there. I mean, I co-wrote them with her
Hmm.
and another producer, Chris, but we just finished that. So she's got that album coming out. We're going to be doing some videos for that, which I'm really excited about. It's a cool album. And so I'm kind of doing a little bit of everything, and I'm hoping to get out there and meet some people at some point so
Yeah.
I can have some friends.
Before I ask you the last question, was there anything else that you wanted to mention or talk about today?
No, this has just been a lovely conversation.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you took the time to come and talk to me.
Oh no, I really appreciate you asking me. What This is so cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So the last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
Like movie soundtrack or like
It's
song?
however
What is
you
that?
want to answer it.
Oh gosh, I don't know. That's a hard question because I like so many things. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Like, oh my gosh, you have me like totally stumped. What's yours? Like, answer yours and maybe I'll get an idea. Do you have one?
I think at the moment, right now, I have this playlist on my phone that
Uh-huh.
I've just been playing nonstop. So it would probably be that playlist, which has a bunch of like summery songs. I've got like, let's see what's on that. I think Noah Khan is on it. I have some games we play, Zoe Co. It's kind of like all over the place.
Okay, I'll say this. If I had to say like any artist, like if you were like you have to pull somebody up right now to listen to that you love, I would say Doja Cat. Like
Okay.
anything by Doja to me like is amazing. I think
Hmm.
she's such an amazing
Yeah,
artist
she
and
is
such
for
an
sure.
interesting artist. Yeah. So I mean, if that's what my current answer would be.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I feel like my answer probably changes weekly.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But at the moment,
Yeah. At the moment, that's the answer.
yeah. So, for fans that want to stay up to date with you and follow along on your journey, where can they find you?
Smith music. So the Smith twice. Smith music. Anywhere like YouTube, Instagram, it's all Smith music is the handle for everything.
Was Smith Music already taken?
It must have been because I was just told this just now, so I guess.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming and talking to me today.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun, Mackayla. I
Oh,
really
I'm
do
glad you
appreciate you
enjoyed it.
having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime. Anytime. You have a really nice voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was like, what a soothing voice. Can I call you at night when I'm having trouble sleeping? Just tell me like a little story.
Or you
It's
could
so
just listen to
soothing.
the podcast.
Yes, I could, but then I'll be interested and I'll want to listen to that and I won't fall asleep at all. You'd have to read something really boring.
I should release it like an audiobook next.
Yeah, but make it boring. You can't be as interesting as you are right now.
Well, I'll let you know when I release that audiobook.
Okay, yeah, please. Honestly, do. I would love that.
Okay. Have a nice rest of your day.
Okay, thank you for having me on your podcast. I'm so excited about
Yeah.
it. This is really cool. All right, you have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.